Old Fat Joe and Jadakiss came out on their podcast and admitted something that you never hear the rappers admit. Something that we long suspected, long knew. Something that we already knew if you've been following the game, because you got to know how the game is today. They said they live in paycheck to paycheck. Now, when you see these MCs, and he's still talking about driving his Honda Accord, when you hear these MCs boasting and bragging with jewelry and lifestyle and all that, you remember MTV Cribs? People was faking the funk that they was living large, that they was living in these, driving these cars and had all this and all that. They ain't have nothing. The rug companies is the pimp and runs the plantation. The rug companies be giving them that loan. I remember when Michael Jackson spoke out about what he went through with Sony and going through the business, and they were actually asking all the different artists how you budget. And Nas was talking about, look, I ain't mess with the budget, and I kept my costs down, and I have my keep it simple, cause that is the reminder that what you see ain't always what you see. A lot of these cats be faking the funk. They renting and loaning. They don't have it like that. The cats be so broke that the ice cubes in their fridge freezer ain't even their ice cubes. So to hear Fat Joe, who's been doing promotion for different things, admit it. He had to admit it. Plus, he also had to give up that money to Big Pun estate, but that's another story. And as for Jadakiss, Jadakiss is the best rapper you don't really know, because he should have had half the hype of Common, definitely some of the hype of Nas, and there's certain conscious rappers or certain things. When I see Black Thought of the Roots on, I say, well, Jadakiss should have some of that. But association with Diddy didn't really translate the locks to the next level. Got a homeboy of mine who still to this day will hype up Jadakiss's hook on Anthony Hamilton's Why, that hook, which is true. And Jadakiss is one of the baddest that you just don't hear about. And it's a shame too, because that cat got spit and can flow. But then when you see some of these cats, the bag ain't been there. And we know that the stream game, so we go by the stream game, a lot of these cats is faking the funk, because you got to stream a whole lot to break a buck. And it's the latest manipulation, because there ain't no sales. There's money in music, but you got to be associated with the right people to get the money. And you got to have your songs put in the right confines, i.e. a TikTok, or i.e. a film or a TV or something to get continued play. Because other than that, you better have an uncle who's jacking your auntie's Wi-Fi or something, and he can sit there and give it 100 spins an hour, because that's the only way you're going to get some real play. It is really, really that tight and tough. And a lot of these cats are on loan. A lot of these artists are on loan. They've just been pushing this agenda and pimping the game that they got it like that. Their bag is janky and there ain't nothing going on. But a lot of people still in the seduction that, hey, they living large. They not living large like that. And not like what you think. So to hear him come out and admit it, because Fat Joe is notable. But let's keep it 100. We be thugging and what's love and all that, where he did those cuts and lean back. Those cuts is 10, 20, 30, 20, 10, 20 years old. So he ain't had no new money in a minute. All the hooks he be doing, so we know he be doing, I be thinking he be bought and paid for, because why they ask him his opinion about so much, I don't know. But anyway, the most honest thing that's ever came out of his mouth is saying that they live paycheck to paycheck, because a lot of them ain't got it like you think they got it. That's why I don't like watching these award shows. I don't support that garbage, because it ain't like what you think. It's coming out that more and more and more that this stuff just ain't happening. So I thought I would talk about that, because I like that comment from him. That's one of the few times he was actually honest about something. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.